Thank you. At this time, I will call the meeting of the Sweetwater Union High School District Finance Corporation Board of Directors to order. Clerk of the board, please call roll.
Hall.
Present.
Solis.
Present.
Pike.
Here.
Segura.
Here.
Tarantino.
Here.
Aguirre.
Here.
Thank you. At this point, this is the point on the agenda where members of the public may address the board of directors on the items before the Sweetwater Union High School District Finance Corporation. Any submitted comments shall be limited to 3 minutes each.
There are no speakers, Mr. President.
All right, then the next action item is C1, elect ratify the following officers to the board of directors of the Sweetwater Union High School District Financing Corporation. President, Board of Trustees, Vice President, Board of Trustees, Secretary, Clerk of the Board, Executive Director, Acting Superintendent, Treasurer, Chief Financial Officer.
I'll
Correct.
move approval.
Just to name those officers as the officers of the financing corp.
Yes.
I'll second.
Move the second and vote, please.
Hall.
Yes.
Solis.
Yes.
Pike.
Yes.
Segura.
Yes.
Tarantino.
Yes.
Motion passes 5-0.
All right, let's go to C2, approve minutes of the February 10th, 2020 Sweetwater Union High School District Finance Corporation meeting.
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes.
I'll second.
Moved and seconded. Any discussion on that? No discussion. Vote, please.
Hall.
Yes.
Solis.
Yes.
Did you call me?
No. Pike.
Oh, yes.
Segura.
Yes.
Tarantino.
Yes.
Motion passes 5-0.
Thank you. C3, accept the 2018-2019 audit of various Sweetwater Union High School District fund and accounts for the 2018 to 2019 fiscal year and accept district responses to the audit findings and recommendations.
I'll make a motion to approve item C3.
I'll second.
Move to second. Any discussion? Vote, please.
Hall.
Yes.
Solis.
Yes.
Pike.
Yes.
Segura.
Yes.
Tarantino.
Yes.
Motion passes 5-0.
Thank you. The meeting of the Board of Directors of the Sweetwater Union High School District Financing Corporation is now adjourned.
Okay, if you could wait 1 minute till
Sure.
3:50, so we could start the second meeting.
Thank you. I now call the meeting of the Sweetwater Union High School District Public Financing Authority Board of Directors to order. Clerk of the board, please call roll.
Hall.
Present.
Solis.
Present. Here.
Segura.
Here.
Tarantino.
Here.
Aguirre.
Here.
This is the point on agenda where members of the public may address the Board of Directors on the items before the Sweetwater Union High School District Public Financing Authority. Any submitted comments shall be limited to 3 minutes each.
There are no speakers, Mr. President.
Thank you. C1, elect ratify the following to the Board of Directors of the Sweetwater Union High School District Public Financing Authority. Chairperson, President of the Board of Trustees, that'd be me. Vice President, Vice Chair, the Vice President of the Board of Trustees, Mr. Solis, Secretary, Clerk of the Board, Deanne, sorry, Executive Director, Acting Superintendent, and Treasurer, Dr. Selkow. Do we have a motion?
I'll make a
I'll
motion.
make a motion to approve. I'll second.
Vote, please.
Hall.
Yes.
Solis.
Yes.
Pike.
Yes.
Segura,
Yes.
Trentino,
Yes.
and passes 5-0.
Thank you. C2, approved minutes of the February 10th, 2020 Sweetwater Union High School District Public Financing Authority meeting.
So moved. Release.
Second. Any discussion? Oh,
Paul,
Yes.
Keith,
Yes. Yes.
Segura,
yes.
Trentino,
Yes.
and passes 5-0.
Deanne, you're fading in and out. Sometimes I can't hear you.
Who, me?
Okay. No, me.
Yeah, you. Now I can hear you real good.
C3, accept the 2018-2019 audit of various Sweetwater Union High School district funds and accounts for the 2018-19 fiscal year and accept the district responses to audit findings and recommendations.
I'll make a motion to approve. C3.
Second.
Move the second. Any discussion? Vote, please.
Paul,
Yes.
Elise,
Yes. I didn't hear. Did she call me?
sorry,
Yes.
Segura,
Yes.
Trentino,
Yes.
and passes 5-0.
The meeting of the Board of Directors of the Sweetwater Union Public Financing Authority is now adjourned.
Okay, so we have We're ready.
Thank you. At this time, I'd like to call the regular meeting to order. Clerk of the board, please call the roll.
Hall,
Present.
Solis,
Present.
Pike,
Here.
Segura,
Here.
Tarantino,
Here.
Aguirre.
Here.
Thank you. This is the point on the agenda where members of the public may address the board on matters posted for the special meeting and in accordance with Government Code Section 54954.3A. The board will provide an opportunity for members of the public to directly address the legislative body concerning any item that has been described in the notice for the meeting. Before or during consideration of that item, each person wishing to address an item on the board on the meeting notice in closed session shall have 2 minutes each to do so.
Yes, I have 5 speakers. The first comments are from Kathleen Cheers. Good evening. Surely this belonged on the Thursday 5 p.m. posting. Hear me clearly. My comments are strictly business and not meant as a personal attack against Dr. Aguirre. When Dr. Aguirre was first hired as Director of Maintenance Facilities, I vehemently spoke out against the hire. It was clear to all he was not qualified. Unbeknownst to the community, allegedly our tax dollars were used to train him in the position he was given. I publicly applauded his efforts, yet struggled with the gift of the position given him. Dr. Aguirre is simply not qualified to oversee one of the largest school districts in the nation. He has no experience, lacks expertise in every educational requirement, and has not earned this highly paid, prestigious position. In 2013, Transparent California lists his earnings as $57,000 as a charter school manager. In 2014, he was named Executive Director of District Relations, earning $64,000. His pay then jumped to $139,000 in the same year. 2015, he is hired as Head of Maintenance Facilities, earning $114,000+. In 2018, his earnings jumped to over $200,000. That is where the trail ends, a $143,000 salary, no benefit bump in 5 short years. While many will focus on the jump in earnings, my focus is lack of experience. Charter school manager, district relations executive director, assistant superintendent of maintenance facilities, now superintendent of our district. How do you justify this lack of experience when compared to the serious task at hand? This decision is not rational. Do the thousands of students, district employees, and we taxpayers deserve a superintendent who is qualified? I believe they do. Do you, trustees? Dr. Aguirre does have his EDD in educational leadership, yet has no teaching credential or experience in classroom, and board meetings show he obviously struggles with the many expertise required of a superintendent. Mr. Segura, Dr. Aguirre, did you reach out to the county and ask for their expertise in conducting a superintendent search? Did you ask for financial help? I am respectfully calling on the county to step in and bring the competence needed to a drowning district. Surely this decision reflects the why of the concerns stated by Mr. Scavarna at the last board meeting. The county offered us a loan. Will they offer us help in offsetting the cost of a competent superintendent search? Have you asked? While I believe Dr. Aguirre is a good man, he is not qualified to be superintendent. The next comments are from Katina Rondow. We speak of Black Lives Matter and equity, etc., and that's it. We just speak of it. Where is the meaningful policies for change? It is members of this board, members of Sweetwater's cabinet, or our superintendent that is resisting the change. We can all read between the lines and gather that this board wants to name Moises Aguirre as superintendent, a man with 0 educational experience. He's our facilities guy that is now in charge of our district. OMG. There's been a noticeable change in the duties of the superintendent as well. The superintendent is no longer in charge of overseeing a single school, and now the responsibility of special education falls under Moises Aguirre, who has 0 special education experience. 0. I can understand that perhaps folks didn't want to pay for a superintendent search, but it doesn't mean we name the facilities guy our superintendent. Whose idea was it to even name him as our interim? Perhaps this is where Moises Aguirre's compadre, Arturo Solis, plays an important role of helping out family. I can think of 3 doctors who are qualified and could do the job nicely. Dr. Ana Maria Alvarez, Dr. Fulcher, and even Dr. Jenny Salkeld. These are all members of cabinet, 2 ladies and 1 black guy. In my research, I found it only to be Dr. Fulcher that has many years of cabinet experience for 2 large Class II organizations, both San Diego City Schools and for Sweetwater. I also found that Dr. Fulcher is the most extensively qualified member in Sweetwater's cabinet, and he was a finalist in the last selection of superintendent, but it was decided Janny would be named. So where were the 3 doctors not named superintendent? why were the 3 doctors not named superintendent? This is reminiscent of the days of Superintendent Gondara, where only Latino men were propped up in positions they are not qualified for. Perhaps if Dr. Fulcher were in charge of something more lovely, like curriculum, and not what some people believe to be that ugly Department of Equity and Culture, would he be considered then? It's most certainly laughable to have a man working for another man that is far less experienced and credentialed, but Dr. Fulcher is Black and Moises Aguirre is not. Mr. Reyes, former principal, has 0 experience in education, is now the director of HR. Did he outshine all applicants, or was his sole important qualification just being a Latino man and friends of somebody in power? Searches for superintendent can be expensive, but so are the overwhelming detrimental damages an inexperienced leader can lead us into. Are we going to need to hire coaches, consultants, mentors to help people without experience do their jobs, or do those that work under them do all the work? Do the right thing for this district. Stop giving away jobs to friends and family. People should be qualified and credentialed for their jobs. Cronyism and nepotism should not be tolerated. The next comments are from Maddie Adado. Well, I am not going to start with niceties this evening. I am going to get into the crux of things. How many of you have forgotten the past and the promises you made to the students, employees, and community of being transparent and honest? Does the Sweetwater Way just become a part of your existence? Is it now part of your DNA? Is doing things the wrong way and the corrupt way now a part of each of your persona? How dare you put an agenda item on a closed session item to appoint a new superintendent without doing a search for a qualified candidate? Although Dr. Aguirre has many qualifications, being superintendent for this district is not one of them. I am appalled that you would go against everything all of you tend to preach so loudly, such as we do everything for the kids, we are doing everything for our staff. All of this are lies. Your tenure and legacy as board members completely sucks, and this is just the nail in the coffin. None of you ask probing questions, and wanting to truly understand an issue is bad enough, but this is blatant, I give a rat's. Not one of you investigate an issue and want to make this district a better place. What happened to your LCAP Goal 3, foster and honor parent, guardian, and community engagement to support excellence in each student's success? Where is the excellence in hiring someone that is not qualified for the position? LCAP Goal 4, develop coherent and transparent systems for operational excellence to support each student's success. Where is the transparency with hiring from within? Why did the district spend so much money on these LCAP goals if they were going to be ignored? Is this just because all of you have the power to do whatever you want? In 2015, we did a superintendent search that cost the district $37,944. Why are we not doing this again? Why are you offering the job so quickly to Dr. Aguirre? Don't you think that the staff, students, and community deserve a better opportunity to see what is out there? Don't you think interviewing candidates to see if someone else is more qualified to get us out of the financial mess that all of you are responsible for would be beneficial to our community? Don't you think after all the bad decisions you have made as a board member by not listening to the public, we deserve better? I thought none of you could really go to this level of deceit and utter nepotism. However, again, my worst fears are true. All of you are liars, cheats, and doing what is best for you and not the students. Mr. Solis, I hope you are recusing yourself from the vote, and I hope Mr. Pike and Mr. Tarantino will do the right and honest thing. The next comments are from Nick Marinovich. It is no secret the selection of a superintendent is one of, if not the most consequential decisions you will face as a board member. It is also one that will live with you as your legacy as you move forward with life beyond Sweetwater. As I see it, you have 4 major legacies so far. Legacy 1, several key administrative level positions over time have been filled by the persons who do not seem to lack the breadth of experience, expertise required, and the optics say ulterior motives, personal alliances, or perhaps professional friendships. Legacy 2, complete failure to mind the fiscal integrity and health of this district, where we are now under SEC investigation and have continued struggles to get out of the fiscal hole, which is largely a result of unsustainable salary increases granted under your watch. Legacy 3, your choice of Jenny Salkeld as CFO. Yes, board, you can make the right decisions if you put your mind to it. Legacy 4, your selection of a new superintendent. You can go the easy path and select the current interim superintendent today without any public input and in violation of your board policy on how a superintendent is supposed to be selected, or go the path of community, parent, and student inclusion on such an important matter. From all indications, you are about to select the current interim superintendent as permanent. Can you look yourself in the mirror and look outward to this community and public and say, of all the people available and capable to head this district, this is really the best one, particularly given the unique dire condition of Sweetwater? For those who know the history of Sweetwater and local politics, they will say, same old Sweetwater. It has not really changed. The next comments are from Roberto Romero. Dr. Aguirre, President Segura, and the board, I am pleased about what I think may be happening tonight in closed session item C1. While I can't be sure what the item is about, I tried to look logically at the options. My first question was, who is the item referring to where it lists superintendent? Since the Sweetwater website still refers to Dr. Aguirre as acting superintendent, it seems logical that this item refers to Dr. Janney. If it does refer to Dr. Janney, then it really couldn't be an appointment or transfer because she has a contract that determines her position. So it must be about her evaluation. But why would there be an evaluation of an employee who is already scheduled to leave the district in the end of November? Hopefully the board has completed the pending investigation they promised when they initially put Dr. Janney on leave. If they have, I am confident they found no fraud or other negative acts. Anyone who knows Dr. Janney knows she is honest and ethical and has always put the students and district first. So I am hoping this item will put Dr. Janney back on the job to help with the transition to a new superintendent. Having Dr. Janney back, even for a short time, would be excellent for district morale and for the students and staff who need a leader who understands the needs of teachers and administrators in teaching and learning. Some people think this item is to name Dr. Aguirre as the new superintendent, but that can't be true because the board has not gone through the process required by Board Policy 2120, which states that they shall establish and implement a search and selection process. Among the many requirements in that process is how and when, not if, the community will be involved. This has not been done yet, so the board cannot decide on a new superintendent yet. Perhaps this is what the board is talking about tonight, but my understanding of the Brown Act indicates that discussion about the process should be done in open session, not closed. There are no further comments.
Thank you. If there's no further communication, I'll recess the meeting for considerations of following closed session items as posted on the meeting notice. 1, public employee appointment transfer, government code section 54957. 2, public employee discipline, dismissal, release, reclassification, reassignment, resignation, transfer, government code section 54957. 3, conference with legal counsel, existing litigation, paragraph 1 of subdivision D of government code section 54956.9. 4, conference with legal counsel, anticipated litigation, paragraph 2 of subdivision D of government code section 54956.9. And finally, 5, conference with labor negotiator, government code section 54957.6. We'll now adjourn to closed session.